WCOV TV, your CBS station for Montgomery.
From Montgomery's news station, this is COV Eyewitness News live at 5. Now, Kim Wannis, Jerry Carpenter with the weather, and Bob Barnes on sports.
Good afternoon, everybody. It has been 20 years since the Montgomery Water Works Board has been asked to force consumers to curtail water usage. But as Danita Wood reports now, the heat wave for the biggest test. We'll have that when we come back. Law, because the justices have not addressed the question of state jurisdiction in such matters. James says the issue is a hot potato, one that's too hot for the Supreme Court. Okay, let's go on to sports now with Bob Barnes.
All right, Kim, thank you very much. We'll begin with last night's baseball highlights. The Dodgers and Mets were on national TV.
Good game. Hated to see it end on an error.
That's right, and the wrong team won, too, if you're a Braves fan. Even though the season might fast be becoming a foregone conclusion, you still cannot pull for the Dodgers as a Braves fan. And Rafael Santana's second error of the game allowed the Los Angeles Dodgers to beat the Mets 29-27. That's sports. Thanks for watching, and here's Kim again.
Thank you, Bob. Asthma affects up to 10% of all Americans at some time during their childhood. There was a chance of rain moving into the area Thursday night, maybe Friday. Is that still holding through?
Pretty slim chance. There will be a chance of scattered thunderstorms, but not really a serious let-up in what we have right now as foreseen. The 105-degree heat index is likely to continue for the next 2 or 3 days. So keep your fingers crossed for the latter part of this week. Many churches in the area have started a summer ritual, Vacation Bible School, but the Woodley East Baptist Church had a special way of inviting young people to attend. They tied Bible verses and words in pot of $240. If this number is on your card, you have 10 minutes to call at 288-7020. And the number for this time around is 100568. So be prepared to call if that's the number on your card within 10 minutes, 288-7020. That's it.
All right, thank you. We'll be back and eat some onions in a couple of minutes.
Pro California.
I don't know. Some folks over in Georgia are going to argue about that. All right, let's check out the 5-day forecast and hope for rain.
Okay, looking ahead, it's not all that promising. There will be some scattered showers, but the chance is slim. Sunny Friday, partly cloudy weather Saturday and Sunday.
And still hot.
That's right.
All right. When we come back at 6 o'clock, we will have more on the reaction to the Supreme Court decision today on Alabama's school prayer law. And we will show you how the heat is affecting Montgomery's water supply. All of that right after Dan Rather.
Coming up, Rebecca Harrison will have the story. Brazilian police are nearly certain they found the body of notorious Nazi war criminal Joseph Mengele, and a fight over a beer has left one Montgomery man dead. For these stories plus sports and weather, stay with us. COV Eyewitness News is next.
WCOV TV, your CBS station for Montgomery.
Live from Montgomery's news station, this is COV Eyewitness News Tonight with Amy Whitty, Jerry Carpenter with the weather, and Barney Bonfield on sports.
Good evening. Urging Alabamians to support the man he called an American hero and a pillar of support.
As part of a political campaign swing for fellow Republicans,
While the president fired verbal shots at Nicaragua during his speech in Birmingham today, at Goat Hill, the Senate was busy debating the president's proposal to give aid to the Contra rebels fighting the Nicaraguan government. And tonight, the Senate gave Reagan a major foreign policy victory and voted to approve $38 million in non-military aid to the Contra rebels fighting the leftist government. The aid would be provided over 2 years. Approval came on a 55-42 vote after a coalition of Republicans and Democrats warned the U.S. must not abandon the rebels. President Reagan won a rare pat on the back today from House Speaker Tip O'Neill, the veteran Massachusetts of a Montgomery man. That story when the news continues. Arguing over half a case of beer when the fight broke out. It was a hot time in the Old South for the 6th straight day, but meteorologists from the National Weather Service say relief may be soon. The cool down, however, may not come soon enough, though. The sizzling heat has already killed 2 people in Alabama. The latest victim was a Montgomery man who was found dead in his apartment last night. Officials say it appears that the 82-year-old Eddie Houston was found in his unair-conditioned apartment, died from the heat, coupled with his history of heart problems.
What we call the long john underwear.
Sports now with Barney Bonfield. Tell me about that pitcher from Huntsville.
Well, he was working on a no-hitter. His name is Jimmy Key. We ought to tell you that first. He's a rookie. He was called up this year. He's had a great start. He was 4-2 coming into the night. He's had a 5-hitter this year. Tonight he had a no-hitter into the 9th inning. In fact, they're still playing baseball. Well, just when you thought that National League was becoming the Pitchers League, Huntsville's Jimmy Key of the Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers' Dan Petrie went out tonight in the CN Holmes. He's going to move up from the light heavyweight division to the heavyweight division and fight Larry Holmes. And you want to know why?
Why?
From money.
Good reason. Thanks, Barney. Well, the heat has affected the water supplies throughout the state, but Alabama Power Company officials say so far they've had little problem furnishing customers with electricity. Company spokesman Brian Allen says although an all-time high usage record was set in Montgomery yesterday, Alabama Power was able to meet the demand.
Although yesterday was an all-time demand on Alabama Power Company for electricity. It was 7,568 megawatts. The previous high on our system was at 1980 during that heat wave. All our facilities are running, but we don't anticipate any lack of capacity.
Allen says so far there is no need to ask consumers to cut back on their power use, but he says you should still conserve, if only to keep your monthly bill down. Jerry Carpenter will be back to update us on our weather conditions after this.
Santa, the most startling experience of your life. Submitted for your approval. Your host, Bob Raleigh, Darlene Dixon, Chris McCoy, and JR. The Mask, a thrilling 3D movie. Get your Mystic 3D glasses at Winn-Dixie. The Mask, Saturday, June 15th, 7 p.m. on WCOV TV. Entering a different dimension in ridiculous television viewing.
Jerry, we keep hearing that relief from this hot weather is coming soon. How soon is soon?
Well, there's a chance of rain tomorrow. Not much of a chance, but a much better chance by tomorrow night. So hopefully it's on the way. We can certainly expect some change in our weather if it's only just a little cooling off, which is okay. We'll get to the details in just a moment. Throughout the record heat wave that we've been stuck with this week, we've been giving you some tips on staying healthy, but don't forget your pets. As hot as it is, can you imagine wearing a fur coat on a day like today? Well, that's what your pet is doing, of course, and it needs plenty of drinking water, shade, and don't ever leave Fido in the car, even if the windows are rolled down. And if you don't have a pet, but you need a friend around the house, check out these guys at the Montgomery Humane Society. Conditions here in Montgomery at 10 o'clock. Our barometer is rising at 29.95. Relative humidity 69%. The wind is southwesterly at 5 miles an hour, and it's partly cloudy. A good day to be outside working in the yard again today. 103 degrees was our high temperature. That's a record for this date, of course. The second day in a row we've reached 103. It looks like it'll be not quite so hot the next couple of days, and we've got a pretty good shot at some rain that'll really cool things off for a little bit anyway. We'll see that when we get to the forecast. By afternoon, some clouds had drifted down into northern sections of Alabama. It was partly cloudy at worst, and it didn't really affect the hot weather that reached all parts of Alabama. Out west, you can see clear for the western half of Texas through the entire southwest, and generally cloudy elsewhere. By afternoon, there was not a great deal of change in that situation, basically the same story. And this evening, it's cleared from northern Texas on up through the Central Plains into the western part of the Dakotas, otherwise still cloudy in the west except for the southwest. Here's a low-pressure area to the northwest of Alabama. It's over Missouri right now with a cold front down through Texas. That's a weather maker. It's not going to be coming into Alabama, however, until the next 24 hours or so. Slight chance of rain in North Alabama tonight, very slight. We will have only a slight chance tomorrow as this system dips down into Alabama. However, we'll have a 50-50 chance at thunderstorms and thunder showers tomorrow night, and a 50-50 chance will carry on over into Saturday as well as this system finally comes on through and high pressure loosens its grip on the southeast. Temperatures overnight will be in the 70s for the whole state. Tomorrow's readings will be in the 90s, and some places may not get out of the 80s, so it's going to be quite a change from the last few days. These are 10 o'clock temperatures. Montgomery has 82 degrees. The forecast says mostly fair tonight. The low will be about 73 degrees. For tomorrow, a 20% chance of thunderstorms with partly cloudy skies. The high down to 95. 50-50 chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow night with a low of about 75. And it'll be darn cool on Saturday. 92 is a high. Boy, it's dropping all the way down there. 50-50 chance of showers and thunder showers on Saturday. Goodness gracious, I hope we get some of that. As we mentioned, the high today, 103 degrees. We had a heat index in the range of 115. Take a look at your News Watcher card. See if you have the following number, 108071. The jackpot is worth $280, and if you have this number on your card, call us within 10 minutes at 288-7020. That's it.
Thank you, Jerry. Floodwaters are threatening a wildlife center in Texas. That story after this.
How do you spell relief? R-A-I-N. How about that? Looking ahead into the early part of next week, partly cloudy skies are expected Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and hopefully there will be some scattered showers amongst all that.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. That's our news for now. The late movie is next. Our goodbye gang tonight are the folks over at the Humane Society. Have a good night.